This video chart presentation is Sprint Nextel Corp. Sprint's a New York Stock Exchange company trading under ticker S. Chart had a nice little uptrend going on beginning part of the year. Really taken pretty much a shellacking, lost half its value over the last 5 months, but coming back down near a support level as the RSI is starting to head into oversold territory. So I think it's time to keep this on radar for a bounce. Something that is important to note here is the MACD is making an uptrend back towards zero. As we reference frequently, it's difficult to break through that zero line. We keep an eye on this now, though, to try and make this higher low, and for another potential rotation of this 12 back through the 26 EMA. See if it's going to break through that money line. Continue this upward channel it's developing. PPO, similarly, making an uptrend. We always talk about that, something to look for off the PPO ADX pinch. Some separation starting to get pretty large between the 7 away from the 14 and 21 MFIs. A lot of times that indicates a potential bounce coming as well. You can see over the last couple of months, accumulation distribution started to pick up a little bit. Chaikin money flow shows that buying pressure has overcome selling pressure over the last 20 periods. CCI with the slide broke a nice little uptrend it had going through here, back down through negative 100 now. Not getting much from that. All you can look for is the reversal. See if it breaks back through negative 100. A lot of bottom feeders use that as a buy point. Full still, showing clearly that the momentum is coming out of this play over the last couple of weeks. But that's kind of short-term stuff. What I'm talking about is things like this, the tricks, the MACD, that are making strong upward trends. In the short term, taking on a little bit of a bearish look. But in the longer term, the upward trends are something to pay attention to until some lower lows get made. As I mentioned, RSI heading into oversold territory, which could be a bounce point. But like so many stocks, last week was just a terrible week. Sprint really not much different. And there's just a little bit of support right there in this 240 area. That's something just to pay attention to see if it's going to strengthen that area. But more realistically, if it comes down here and starts coming near this bottom, as these indicators continue their upward trends, I'd have my eye out for a bounce around that $2.10, $2.20 area. From a resistance standpoint, there's just not really a lot in the way until back up here around $2.90. So it does give Sprint a pretty nice upside of about 20% to that first real resistance level. And it's for that reason I want to throw this on radar and see how it acts at the secondary support level. If it's going to hold it, strengthen it as I mentioned, then potentially try and go up here and challenge this $3 mark. Looking a little bit further down the road, just for posterity's sake, I'd see a little bit more resistance at 325, but certainly the heavy resistance is going to come in around 375, right up there to around $4. You can see that with some old highs at $3.90. Obviously, that's a huge move. That's 50% from where it is currently. And that's not really where my focus is. My focus is right now on the secondary support and to see if these indicators are going to continue their upward trends. And for these reasons, I'm going to keep Sprint on radar to see how it performs in the coming weeks. As always, merely my interpretation of the chart. Thank you for watching and trade smart.